So welcome back to this channel once again. So here I'm having with one more interesting topic on subfile. So basically I'm going to have a demo on inputs of file, which is basically a entry subfile. So from there I can input as many as I want, but limited to the size of the hello also file, basically 9999. So I can put as max as 9999 records at one time, and I can add those records to the PF. Okay, so just see this example. Just call this program. So here you can see the inputs of file. So you can see these lines, uh, 1 2 3 4 5. So at one page, records can be loaded, so which is basically the blank records, initialized records. So here I can take F3 to exit. I can press enter to add records to the PF. So once I input some records, then only I can add. So if I press enter without doing anything, I would see no records in this file. Call HM18 here. Now for example, I just input one record and pressed enter. Record added successfully. So if I see example, sorry, so one record is added to this file. So if I call that program again, to name 2 active 3 name 3 inactive. So for example, I just want to leave these lines and I want to give 4 here, name 4 active. Okay, and I want to give just page up. Okay, 5 here, name 5 inactive. Okay, on next page, just 2 page down, I want to give 6 here, name 6 active, and I want to give 7 here, name 7 active. Okay, so I just inputting 6 records on this inputs of file, and that are not in sequence. So I have these many input lines, entry lines. I just want to insert record from any line. I'm inputting my values on any line and just want to input that records to the PF. So how can I do that? I'll just press enter. So multiple records added. So just go back, the student query. Now you can see all those records 2 3 4 5 6 7 employee number are added successfully. So it does not require you that you must enter those records in the sequence only. So you can input on the next page only. So for example, I'm on the first page right now, so I'm pressing enter, page down, and then I'm inputting name 50, name 50, status is blank. Just press enter, come back. So name 50 is added, status was blank. So you can see I can just input on any page of that subfile, on any record of that input subfile, and I can add as many records as I want. So this is the demo for input subfile and how I can add those records to the PF. So let's discuss how I do that. So basically I just first created the student PF. So one PF was required for that, in which I'm adding the records. So there are 3 fields: employee number, name, status, and this is the key field, employee number. Now I have created one display file for that purpose. So this is the display file where I'm using F3. So CA03 for that, command attention key. So once F3 is pressed, indicator 03 is on. So this is the file format. There I mentioned name, employee number, name, status, all are in both mode. Okay, Then the subfile control format. So in a subfile control format, I mentioned the name of the subfile format, which is this one. Then overlay SFL display. So indicator is 10 associated with SFL display. Once this indicator is on, I can display the subfile. So SFL display is for displaying the subfile. If at least one record is added, I would be able to display the subfile. And SFL display control is basically with the subfile display keyword, and SFLINZ I used here, which is required basically. So I associated indicator 21 with that. So I just want to display the initialize subfile, blank subfile, with how many records? 9999 SFL size number of records. Okay, so this much number of records are initialized, and I can see, as we can see, that there are 9999 records were there, and at one page 5 records were there, which are initialized, and just display like entries of file. Okay, where I can entry my records and add to the PF. So now below that you can see the heading parts, the footer parts. So footer, I am displaying these messages, so these are indicator based. Now I have to write the program. Okay, so in program I use that student file in update add mode because I need to add the records. This is the display file, and using s file keyword I define the subfile format here and associated the RN with that. Now what I'm doing just very simple thing. I'm just setting the RN is 0 in initialization subroutine, and then I'm writing the footer part first. Now I have to initialize the subfile. So here I don't need to load the subfile because I'm not loading any subfile from any PF. So I just need to display the initialize subfile, entry subfile. So for that purpose, I am setting this indicator 21 to on, writing the subfile control format, and setting this indicator 21 to off. Okay, again off. So why I'm doing that? So you know that SFL clear, for example, I'm clearing this file. So I'll be using the SFL clear keyword for that. So I would have to associate one indicator with that. So I'll be setting that indicator to on first. Then I'm clearing, means SFL clear is activated at that time. Then I'm writing the subfile control format, means I have cleared the subfile. Now once I cleared the subfile, I have to reset that indicator to the off state, so that once I'm again going to write any records with subfile, I would be able to write. Because in that case, for example, if you have set this indicator to on, you will be writing any records, you won't be able to see those records because that will always get clear. So first thing is set that indicator to on, which is associated with that keyword. Then do your work, means write the control format, and then again reset indicator back to the off state. So the SFL clear is just same as SFLINZ is same as SFL clear. The main difference here lies is SFL clear will clear all the records from the subfile. So in that case you will be displaying the empty subfile, but here you are not going to display the empty subfile. So if you are displaying the empty subfile, you won't be able to see those lines. Okay, so you need to initialize the subfile and you have to display the subfile forcefully here. So that's why I am setting this indicator 10 to on, which is associated with the SFL display keyword. Since there are no records there here in the subfile, but I am initializing all the records. Okay, using SFLINZ keyword. So I'm setting this indicator to on, then writing the control format, and then again setting back this indicator to off, so that I would have initialized all the subfile records. Subfile size record, number of subfile size records, basically 999 records are initialized, and I can see 9999 number of entry lines on my subfile by doing page down, because at one page I can only see 5 lines because 5 records can be loaded on a single page. Then I am setting this indicator into on, means I am displaying that initialized subfile, because now all the subfiles records are initialized, not cleared. Okay, so that's why I am doing indicator into on forcefully. Then I am simply execute formatting the subfile control format. Okay, once this is execute formatted, I would be able to see that screen, entry screen in front of me, and there I can do either F3 to exit, or I can add the records. I would have pressed enter without entering anything. So in that case, I won't find any change record. So if I would have entered any records in the subfile, I would be finding the change record. So I would be picking those change record from read C operation. So I'm read the next change record from the subfile format till not percent end of file, and reading all the change records. For example, I have inputted 10 records on the subfile on any sequence, on any line, on any page. So I'll be reading only those records. I'm getting those records and I'm evaluating those subfile fields values to the file fields. Okay, then I'm writing the student file record format. So I'm incrementing the added count by 1. So in case if I would have added more than 1 records, I will be giving the message accordingly. So in case added count is greater than 1, I'm giving the message multiple records added. In case 1 record is added, then I'm giving record added successfully. In case no records are, simply enter was pressed, then I'm resetting those indicator to off. Means I don't need to give any message on the footer. So this is a very simple program where I'm just initializing the subfile. I'm not loading the file, I'm initializing the subfile and displaying the subfile. After that, I'm just handling, if user would have entered, I'm just reading the change records, and then I'm writing those to the pf, student pf. So this is the thing. So you can see again, this is very simple and this is very useful. For example, I am adding 100, name 100 active. Okay, so record added successfully. And see, 100 name 100 active. So this is a pure demo of inputs of file and how you can add records to the pf using inputs of file. Okay, so either you can add one record at a time, or you can add multiple record at a time, or as many as record, whatever the limit in, or whatever the limit specifies in the SFL size keyword. Okay, in the load also, for the load also file. So that's the thing. Thank you and have a nice time.